this is an idea that sort of got brought up on the Superhero Rewind Discord a couple days ago. And it's basically my belief that the old format was better than the current format we're doing with streaming. Basically, I prefer 22 episode seasons to 8 episode seasons. And the reason for that is maybe not the obvious reason. Like it's not. It's more than just generically we got more. But I feel like we got to know the characters a lot better. Not necessarily that they were more developed, though in some cases I think that they were. But we just got like to spend a lot more time with them so we could get more invested. We saw them in so many different types of adventures and scenarios. You get like an emotional story with a character. You get kind of like a comedic story with a character, and like each certain character, you could get like a spotlight episode on the character that's not necessarily focusing on the whole cast, but just as one character. With the current format, basically, like what it is, you'll have like one villain for like the whole season. The characters will basically be going for one emotional arc for the whole season, or one thing that they're kind of dealing with, instead of like the old format where a character could be dealing with something different in each episode. I mean, like, I'm thinking both in terms of the kind of emotional character arcs and like just the villains they fought and just sort of different adventures they had. And it's not really a serialized versus episodic thing, because shows that were serialized were able to do this. Like the three shows I'm thinking of is Lost, Buffy, and Angel. A lot of streaming shows don't even really feel like TV shows at this point. They don't really seem to get what was so great about that medium. I mean, the medium of television shows are just kind of movies that are drawn out. Like, and it's not in the medium of TV shows and the different ways that can work. It's not something I really like thought about till like recently. Like it never really occurred to me how kind of unique it was, and kind of the things they could do that movies can't, until like until I saw the current model of streaming where they're basically doing just movies, and like in some cases they're like Daredevil, which I would say is a positive example. They're getting like more developed, and they're going more in depth. But in other cases, they're just kind of padding it out. And even with Daredevil, it doesn't really feel like a TV show to me. It feels more like basically like a movie, or a 13-hour movie rather, which is great. It works for that, but it no way should that have been like the format that we're just doing now. Like, and some people would say it didn't even keep up quality with the beyond the first season, which I don't agree with. I like season 3 and parts of season 2. And Daredevil, to its credit, at least was able to come out like every year. Like 2 to 3 years between seasons is ridiculous, and like just really irritating. Where you're not like it's part of the thing where they think they're movies, and they're trying to make it like movies instead of like TV shows. Which 2 to 3 years between seasons maybe wouldn't even be so bad if we had like the original like 13 to 22 episodes. But I'm sorry, 3 years for 8 episodes is like not worth it. That's just ridiculous to me. Like, I don't think I can't imagine a show. It would have to be the best show ever to like warrant that. Like just a masterpiece. Just being sort of good is like not good enough for me to wait that long. Like 8 episodes every 2 or 3 years. One of the things I'm thinking of with that is the cartoon Batman Caped Crusader, which, to be fair, might be 10 episodes, but that's part of the problem is it's like 10 episodes at most, like often less. It's a show I like fine. I don't dislike it. Um, I wasn't overly impressed with it, but I liked it okay. But I think of myself as kind of not liking it because it wasn't worth the wait, and the second season I can't imagine being worth the wait. Whereas if it came out like every year and was at least like 13 episodes to 22 episodes, I'd probably like it a lot more, or at least think more positively of it in my brain. But like as it stands, is like a show that's like just okay, or just like good with a lowercase g, just like feels bad in the sense that I like have more negative associations with it. Maybe this seems shallow, but your show sort of needs to be a masterpiece to me if we're gonna wait like 2 or 3 years between seasons. It just being like good isn't worth the wait. Going back to an earlier point, I feel like I could get more into the world and the characters and even some of the stuff I'm not sure of if I just got like more of it, or at least every year I could more settle into it and get more invested. But it's just like I have the feeling of I'm not sure about this. I think I like it, and then you wait 2 years, like and that doesn't work for me. Kate Crusader's maybe the one where I had it the worst with what I'm talking about. Where I actually would say I like it overall, but just the release, everything around the release, really like made me not able to fully get into it. But I still probably like it more than most people at this point. I'm not of the opinion that it's a bad show, which a lot of people seem to feel like at this point. Shows like the Netflix Daredevil or Arcane are able to better pull it off because they're more like movies, and it's sort of understood that you're basically watching really long movies. Which even then, I don't want that to be the format we do every time, but at least they have like their production and quality. Like they don't feel like TV shows; they feel like movies, and like the quality sort of is there with that, where they feel like movies that's above a TV show. Like, and even then, like I don't want that to be the status quo, but they're able to like more get away with it because what they have is they're worth the wait, or they felt like they're worth the wait, and Arcane looks like it looks big screen worthy, and Daredevil feels big screen worthy. Like, and even then, I think Daredevil sort of suffers from not in. It doesn't hurt the storytelling, but it does have the thing where it feels like he's only had 3 adventures, like only a movie trilogy worth of stuff happened to him. Like he hasn't fought that many villains, but obviously aside from that, the stories are really good and the character stuff is really good. But just in terms of Daredevil's career and all the stuff that happens to him, that feels a little lacking to me. And that kind of is a thing that sort of gets under my skin. I am invested in his relationship with Foggy and Karen. They did manage to kind of pull that off. But I do think that if it was a 22 episode season or was done in the old format, I might maybe be more invested. I don't know. Not saying they should have done that. Just that I would have spent more time. You would have spent more time and got more interactions and stuff, which is like another thing. Like just the character interactions in a lot of streaming shows, once again, are not bad, but they're not really like satisfying. They don't really like get you invested in the way the older shows did. We really got into the characters. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. This whole video was just me sort of rambling and thinking out loud. We had a pretty good discussion about this topic in the Superhero Rewind Discord, and I just kind of wanted to try and make a video sort of talking about it. I apologize if I'm not fully articulate here. It's mostly just me kind of stream of consciousness saying how I sort of feel about the topic, sort of in the vein of Eric's videos. But if you sat through all of this, let me know if you feel the same way. On Twitter, there's a lot of people who sort of echo these thoughts, but I don't know if anyone else has had sort of the same experiences as I did, or if they feel the same way at all.